Well, joining me now with more insight into China's pharmaceutical sector is Jin Zhang, editor of the Pharmaceutical Consultant and director of the Institute of Leader Arts. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So China's decision to remove import duties on 28 medicines, including all cancer drugs. Just how significant is this move?
Yeah, so I think this is definitely have a very positive impact on the Chinese pharmaceutical market, especially to the anti-cancer drug sector. So currently, the anti-cancer medications are pretty expensive in China, especially compared to its global counterpart. Sometimes it could be 2 to 3 times more expensive. So this has created a huge economic burden on its patient and also its healthcare system. So reducing the tariff to 0% can definitely help to contribute to the reduction of the price. So this is a really good news for the patient. At the same time, due to the reduction of the price, the doctors and also patient would have access to more drug options when it comes to choosing the right medication for their disease conditions.
So you mentioned obviously the importance of the focus on cancer drugs. Are there any other sorts of medical exporters who are likely to also see a big boost?
Absolutely. If you look carefully at the list of drugs, you can notice that other than the anti-cancer drugs, antibiotic drugs will be a very important drug sector in this list. So I would suspect that in the coming year, the antibiotics drug actually will benefit a lot from this list, this policy as well.
And what sort of opportunities does this now open up for some of these foreign pharmaceutical companies?
Yes. So since as I discussed previously, the removing the tariff to 0% can help to the reduction of the drug price. So since China has a really large patient population, the reduction of the drug price means that those foreign pharma companies can actually access more patients as a result. So they can increase their sale volume in China, and this can definitely help them to improve their competitiveness in the Chinese market and also strengthen their presence there.
And what about China's homegrown companies? How competitive is the domestic market?
Well, the domestic market is very competitive right now. So last year, the Chinese market actually ranked as the second largest market globally and amounted to total about 122 billion. So 20% is actually dominated by the foreign pharma companies, and the other 80% is dominated by the domestic pharma companies. So if we look at the domestic pharma company sector, we can see that this sector is actually very fragmented and full of very low quality providers. And majority of the pharma companies in the domestic sector actually focus on developing the follow-on drugs or me-too drugs, and not a lot of them are paying attention to the innovation medication.
So then how likely is this change in tariffs to really push Chinese pharmaceutical companies to be more innovative?
Absolutely. So in the past 20 to 30 years, the Chinese pharmaceutical company actually protected from the global competition, primarily due to their low price benefit and also the very long approval process for foreign medications. So with the reduction of the tariff to 0%, we can suspect the drug price will reduce. At the same time, with the booming economy in the past decades, the labor and also investment to develop a drug in China is increasing steadily over the years.
Right.
So the combination of those two factors will definitely make the low price benefit of the Chinese medication obsolete gradually. So in the future, if the Chinese companies want to win out the competition, it's very important to stay focused on innovation. And this is actually very consistent with the internal guidance from the Chinese government. So if you look at the document from the Chinese FDA last year, they have initiated a series of documents to encourage the domestic innovation in China companies.
All right, thank you so much. Jin Zhang there, editor of the Pharmaceutical Consultant.